The click of polished shoes echoed down the sleek marble hallway of June Industries. The staff held their breaths as the tall figure of their Mafia CEO strode past in a sharp black suit, dark eyes emotionless, jaw clenched in his usual cold indifference as he walked towards his office while his secretary and also his wife followed him. Morning meeting report. Where is it? His wife was cold eyes fixed on the document in front of him as he entered his office. Right here. She walked forward, calmly placing the file on his desk with practiced ease. Her voice soft but composed. Jungkook glanced up for a fraction of a second, his eyes catching hers before darting away. You are late. I was verifying the numbers again. There was a mismatch in the shipment report. It's corrected now, she said, adjusting her blouse, trying not to feel nervous under his gaze. He hummed quietly, giving a slight note. He leaned back in his leather chair, opening the file. Their professional relationship was built on a mutual efficiency, no warmth, no unnecessary conversation. They were married, but only on paper. It was a decision made by his grandfather, who believed Van was smart, strong, and everything a June wife should be. But what Jungkook hadn't expected was he slowly start noticing her. The way she always remembered his coffee order down to the temperature, how she knew when to leave him alone, when to speak, the quiet confidence in her voice when she dealt with clients, how her scent lingered in the hallway at home, something soft and sweet like lavender and honey. He hated when she stayed late at the office, he hated when she skipped meals, but he never said it aloud. Instead, he found himself searching for her in the silence of his home, her laughter in the kitchen with maids, her sleeper beside his in the hallway, her neatly arranged skincare bottle in their shared bedroom, and sometimes her warm, sleepy face when she dozed off in the living room couch curled up in a blanket. You can go now. He closed the file after signing, of course. She gave a small bow and turned to leave, but as her heels clicked against the floor, he spoke again. Eat something before you handle the Kim project. His tone was gruff, avoiding her gaze. Van stopped, blinking in surprise as that was unexpected. I will thank you, Jungkook. She smiled faintly, then walked out while Jungkook leaned back, signing. Why do you smile like that? He muttered to himself, covering his face with one hand. Later that night, Van stepped into their shared bedroom, searching for the Kim project file she had forgotten earlier. The room was quiet, dimly lit by the lamp on the side table. Jungkook's suit was tossed on the chair, his shirt on the edge of the bed. The sound of water running echoed from the bathroom. Vine tiptoed inside, not wanting to disturb him. Her eyes scanned the table. Where did I put that file? She muttered under her breath, and then the bathroom door clicked open and Jungkook stepped out completely ding dong, without anything, and his eyes met her for a horrifying half second before realization struck. He gasped, immediately turning and running back inside, slamming the door shut while Vine blinked. Oh my god, she whispered, face turning beet red. Her heartbeat jumped to her throat. Hands froze mid motion. She turned around quickly, pressing her lips tight. Everything happened so fast. In just a blink of an eye, she saw everything, and at another blink, everything vanished from her sight. But somehow, she managed to keep a straight face. Why are you still there? He asked from inside the bathroom. Yes, she cleared her throat. You forgot your robe. Should I hand it to you? She immediately guessed why he came out, even though her mind was still blank. Yeah, please. His voice was a mix of embarrassment and misery. She grabbed the robe from the wardrobe, walked to the bathroom door, and held it up, with her eyes looking anywhere but forward. Here, the door cracked open slightly, a hand snatched a robe, and the door slammed again while she exhaled, biting her lip hard to stop laugh that was trying to break out. Her hands were shaking, but she stayed calm. I didn't know you were inside. Jungkook came out moments later, now fully clothed in a robe. His cheeks flushed, air tinted red. He avoided her gaze, walked to the other side of the bed. It's okay, I just came to look for a file. It might be in the study instead. She said smoothly, walking out as calmly as she could. The moment she left, Jungkook dropped on the bed, burying his face in his hands. Did she see everything? He groaned, closing his eyes shut. Later, while she sat on the couch watching a random drama, he finally gathered the courage. He approached awkwardly, rubbing the back of his neck. Wine didn't look away from the screen. Yes, she asked and continued eating popcorn unbothered. Earlier in the room, did you see something? Wine internally rolled her eyes while screaming yes, but she didn't move. See what? She asked innocently, still not turning. You know something like me completely? Van shook her head casually, eyes glued to the TV. No, you run back in too fast. Don't worry, I didn't see anything. She smiled faintly. Okay, he nodded, eyes glued to her, suspiciously lip twitching with doubt. He didn't believe her, not entirely, and that only made him feel more embarrassed. Later that night, Jungkook was laying on the bed, eyes glued to the ceiling, his arm over his forehead as he kept replaying the same moment again and again in his head. The way she looked at him the moment he stepped out of that damn bathroom like a fool. God, he muttered under his breath, groaning. His ears were still red, he could feel them burning even now. What was worse, the fact that Vine acted like she didn't see anything, or the fact that she definitely did, and lied to save him from embarrassment. What she will be thinking about me like I just walk out of the bathroom live broadcast a free show, damn it. I can't now even look at her straight. He turned on his side and shut his eyes tight, trying to ignore the embarrassment crawling over his skin. Then the bathroom door clicked and his breath hitched. She was out. He instantly shut his eyes, pretending to be asleep. He heard her footsteps, soft, light, cautious. She walked to her side of the bed and paused. Then he felt it. Her finger gently tugging the blanket higher up his body. His heart shuddered. The lamp on his side of the bed turned off, and the room dimmed. He heard her towel fluff as she dried her hair, the rustle of the sheets as she got under them, the warmth of her presence behind him, and then stillness. But he could feel her eyes on him. Jungkook, she whispered, barely audible while he didn't answer. Are you asleep? She asked again softly while he held his breath, forcing his body to stay still. Then she moved closer. Her arm tucked under her head as she lay facing him, her voice trembled slightly. You really do look handsome when you sleep. Jungkook's lip twitched. He tried not to smile, and when you are shy, your hair turned red. Just like earlier, she giggled softly under her breath while his heartbeat pounded so loudly he swore she could hear it. I am sorry for lying. Jungkook's eyes almost flew open, but he controlled it. I did see everything, all of you. His breath caught in his throat. It just, you look so shocked, like a deer caught in headlights. And honestly, she grinned. It was kinda cute. He was dying, his soul left his body, but he still didn't move. Don't be embarrassed, Jungkook, you are perfect. You don't have to hide from me, I'm your wife, remember? She sighed, looking at him with a softness that melted through the tension. If not now, then someday we will see each other like that. That's how marriage works, right? She whispered with a teasing laugh. That was it. His eyes flew open while Vine jumped back with a yelp. Her heart stopped for a moment, then again started working in speed. What? You were not asleep? Jungkook stared at her, completely red faced. His lip parted in disbelief. You saw all of me and you lied. And you call me cute. Van covered her face with both hands, grounding into her palms. Can we pretend this conversation never happened? Jungkook leaned in slowly, his face dangerously close to hers now. The embarrassment still burned in his cheek, but something stronger took over. You saw me, that's unfair. He whispered and Vian's breath hitched. What? You saw everything and I saw nothing. Vian blinked, completely froze. That's not my fault. You forgot your robe. Jungkook tilted his head, smirking slightly. Then let me see you now. Excuse me? She started scooting away on the bed, but he caught her wrist gently, pulling her back with just enough force to make her fall against his chest. She couldn't believe he was Jungkook, the cold stone type man. I just want to see my wife, the one who called me cute and handsome in the dark, thinking I couldn't hear. I was trying to be nice. She's quick. She's bugging. You were being honest. He whispered and she paused while he stared into her eyes, his voice dropping lower. I don't want to avoid you anymore, Ryan. I want to see you. I want to know you everything, even if it's awkward, even if I messed up again. Are you saying I want to love you for real, not because of a contract, not because my grandfather picked you, but because somewhere along the way you made this cold, ruthless mafia fall for you? Ryan's eyes went wide. You really mean that? I am tired of pretending. I want to start tonight with you if you will let me. Her heart was about to burst. Her throat felt tight, but her smile broke through. Then start by holding me like a real husband. He leaned forward, gently pulling her into his arms, resting his chin against her head. You already feel like home, she giggled. Even after I laughed at your panic, especially after that. She giggled against his chest. Then you better be ready because I'm not letting you sleep with on anymore. She smacked while Jungkook slowly calmed. Oh really? You started it. Jungkook laughed, bringing his face into her hair as they fell back against the pillows, wrapped in warm laughter and the beginning of something real.